Hello guys, welcome back. In the last video, we said we were now look at the formula for uneven cash flows. And it's not really a formula so much as it is for a format. We'll look together at the example on page 572 because it's a little bit prettier than anything I could write. Okay, so we said uneven cash flows means that the amount that capital asset is generating each year differs. See how it's not constant? So because of that, we can't use the formula that we used in the last video for even cash flows. So here's the format that's recommended. And again, you can make your own format as long as you get the right answer. That's all that matters. So here's an easy one that the book shows. So year 0, this is when we're purchasing the asset. It represents a cash outflow. The cost for this particular capital asset is $150,000. And then each year, that capital asset generates cash inflows for the business. Those inflows help cover its initial cost. So its cost was $150, it generated 10. So now the remaining cost is $140. 140 minus the 20,000 it generates in year 2 now takes us to initial investment remaining to recoup of 120. And that's all it is. It's just like a running total, okay? The tricky part is when we get to that final year when they do kind of break even, right? Where the revenues cover the costs. So in the 9th year, we have a $20,000 inflow. We only had $10,000 left to recoup. So the formula for that, I will give you now in our notes. The formula for that is initial investment outstanding, Okay, so what that means, initial investment outstanding, it's the same as this remaining balance to recoup. So this is what's still outstanding, what still needs to be recovered. Okay, so that would be our numerator. And then your denominator is the net cash flow. Net annual cash flow for the current period. So it's very similar to the formula we had for even cash flows, initial investment, but now it's just the portion that still needs to be covered, what's outstanding, divided by your net annual cash flow, but just for the period. Okay, and that helps us get the fraction of the year. And again, you only have to do it if it's a situation like this. If in the 9th year they had $10,000 of inflow, that would perfectly offset the remaining balance and you would have 0. You wouldn't have to do this formula. But since the cash flow exceeds the remaining balance to recoup, we have to do this formula. Luckily, it's easy numbers. 10 divided by 20 gives us 0.5. Add up all your periods. Add up periods 1 through 8 plus half of the 9th year. So your payback period for this uneven cash flow generating asset is 8.5 years. Okay, so it's not difficult, but it's just kind of a pain to calculate. So I will try to give you even cash flows in like your quizzes and things like that. Quizzes and tests, okay? Because you normally just don't have time to do this, right? But for your participation, we'll make sure to give you a even cash flow and an uneven so you can practice both now and just make sure you understand them. All right, I will probably do an example video of even cash flows and an example video of uneven cash flows for you to watch. If you feel like you've got it, great, go right to your participation. If you get to your participation and you're like, oh, I really don't understand it, then go back and watch my examples that I will post. All right, have a good day.